I'm just on here today to post an update. So this past weekend I've had a horrible migraine. I've been feeling like absolute garbage. And today I woke up and I kind of freaked out because I had a follow-up appointment with my hematologist at the cancer center, and I had some blood work done, and I also was just meeting with my doctor to talk about my progress and how I'm doing. And there have been so many changes happening in my life lately, and I've been very, very on edge because, first of all, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but I am moving in about a month. I have already been approved for an apartment. It's all set, ready to go. It's been paid for. I sold my couch. I sold like a bunch of my furniture that doesn't work with the new space that I'm moving into. And I'm going to be going back to New York. Now, I'm not going to be in Manhattan, but I am going to be in the New York metro area. I have this like really weird obsession with New York City. It is my favorite place in the world. I love it. Like, it's where my soul is content and happy. And I feel really happy about going back under these new circumstances. So I'm single again. I have gotten out of a lot of toxic situations, friendships, relationships with people. And I truly feel like I am going to New York now with a completely clean slate. And this time, and I keep saying this, I said this last time, but like this time I'm gonna do things right. I'm excited to meet new people. I'm excited to make friends. I'm excited to date, but I'm also going to be a lot more protective of myself. I feel like the last time I went back to New York City, I wasn't 100% mentally ready to go back. I feel like I was still coping with a lot of health issues. I feel like I was just really reckless at that time and very, very irresponsible. And so when I moved back, I put myself into these really terrible situations, and I drank a lot and was around people who also drank a lot, which, you know, slowly chipped away at me and I believe caused my relapse. And I don't blame anybody for that. I fully blame myself for my relapse and for the dumb decisions I made. I should know better, you know. I've been through enough bad relationships and bad friendships in my life to know that, you know, I was not headed down a good path. And so this time around, I think I've made a much wiser decision. I am moving to a part of New York that's going to be a lot safer. There is more space, there are less germs, there are less people, it's a little bit more secluded. It's got the comfort of being more suburban and clean, but it also has the convenience of having the city about a half an hour away. So whenever I want to do some creative projects there, or if I want to, you know, go out on dates or meet people, I can still go to New York City. So I'm feeling very positive. It has been a very, very somber and sad past few months. I've suffered the loss of 2 friends and a relationship, and a part of me felt this need to kind of run away from those problems and to just escape them. But I've been spending a lot of time at home, and I think that being home on my own, by myself, and really facing these problems has somewhat put me on the right track. I miss my friends every day. Just the other day I was on Justin's Instagram just wondering how the fuck this happened. And today I was at Smilo Cancer Center, and all I could think of was Nicole and how I met her there and how she was my rock, and how I can't believe, like, it makes me sick. Like, it makes me like physically ill just to think that my friends are no longer here. And then of course, you know, my breakup has been hard for me, and there are times where I just have to pick up the phone and call my best friend and be like, can you just like tell me that he sucked and that I'm better off? Like, I just need a reminder, you know. And my friends have been really great. I don't know what I would do without them. They have been there for me when I've needed them, and I feel very blessed and fortunate for that. Dealing with loss, dealing with my mental health, facing my problems head on, selling my furniture, putting myself into a good headspace before I move to New York so I don't make the same mistakes that I've made many times before. And can I say with absolute 100% certainty that I'm not going to make the same mistakes I made before? I can't, but my life really does fucking depend on it at this point. So like, I better not fuck it up. I mean, I could still have fun. I could still enjoy my youth or whatever remains of it, but I just have to be a little bit more responsible. Now on to my health. So like I said, I went to Smilo Cancer Hospital today and I had a meeting with my doctor and I also had my blood work done and I got my results and everything looks good. I have told you guys about my platelets. Platelets are what help you clot. So if you get a cut or if you bruise, platelets are what help your blood to coagulate and clot and stop bleeding. At the beginning of my diagnosis, my platelets have been as low as 6,000. Your platelets generally are supposed to be between, I believe, 140,000 to 300 something thousand. It's been 2 years. I've suffered a relapse, but as of today, my platelets are 90,000, which is not normal. It's still low, but for me, it's amazing. My hemoglobin, which are my red cells, those are the little guys that help oxygen circulate in your body and bring oxygen to all of your major organs. For me, they're supposed to be between 12 and 14. They were about 10.4 today, which is good because they've been as low as 6, which literally feels like actual hell. If I were to maybe describe it as accurately as possible, I would say it's like if somebody put you on top of Mount Everest where there's no oxygen and just left you there. But today it was 10.4 and everything is looking good. And my white blood cells. So there are different types of white blood cells, but the ones that I tend to focus on my CBC is the absolute neutrophil count, and your neutrophils are like your first line of defense. Your absolute neutrophil count, it should be like 2 and higher. Mine is 1. Today it's 1.0. I have 1. It's low. It's not quite normal. I do still have a low immune system and I do have a weak immune system because I am on immunosuppressive therapy, but it's good. I'm okay. Like, I'll be able to fight a cold if I get a cold, but I still have to live that hand sanitizer life. So everything is looking good. My doctor was happy with my progress. He called me stable. If only he saw what goes on up here. And then my next step is my 2-year follow-up at the National Institute of Health in Maryland, and I will be going there in September. Okay, and one last update since a lot of people are wondering about my documentary. So I have finished a majority of the interviews for my Aplastic Anemia documentary. There are 2 people that I would like to still interview, but those people are in states that are a little bit out of the way from the states that I had already visited, so I'm planning those trips separately. I'm also interviewing my doctor at Smilo Cancer Center next week, and then the following week I'm actually driving to Maryland a month before my appointment at NIH and meeting with the head researcher at the National Institute of Health. He is the research doctor who developed the treatment that saved my life, that saved many people's lives, and he is a bit of a celebrity in the medical community, and I'm absolutely just shocked that I'm going to get a chance to interview him for my documentary. Like, it's like if you were doing a music documentary and you got a chance to interview the Beatles. Like, he is the Beatles of like the medical community for aplastic anemia. So I'm very, very honored and humbled that I'm going to be able to interview him. I'm so excited. So, you know, this is still a work in progress. This documentary is going to take me a while. It's not something that's going to be done in just a couple weeks. So if you guys don't hear a lot about it in the next couple months, it's not because I'm not working on it. I'm constantly working on it. It's just, it's a work in progress. It's my passion project. It's like my life's work, okay? So anyway, that is it for today's update. I have a Gentleman's University video going up probably Wednesday or Thursday. Still working on editing that. And I have tons of content up on my Patreon right now. So if you guys haven't checked me out on there, go check me out. I will link that down below. Also, make sure to click the thumbs up, follow me on social media, and make sure to subscribe to my channel and click the little bell next to it because then you'll get notified every time I post a video. And yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye!